Hello, and welcome to the 5th video in the Bubble Critic Forums tutorial video series. We just got done changing the appearance of our forums in the last video, and now we're going to look at the privileges of users. So before I move on, let's change this magenta color here. It's a little too aggressive. Maybe dark bluish purple. Okay. Okay, so since I'm the admin, I can go to this Users tab here. Here's us, and then 2 other users have been to the forums. So from here, we can click on people's names, and then we can view their profile. And then once you're here, you can click on Privs, and here we have their basic privileges. We can change how many posts per day they have, how many threads per day, whether they can vote on posts, edit on posts, or pin posts in their own thread. So let me discuss this dialog real quick. Let's say this user has violated the terms of service, and so we're going to disallow him to make any posts. So we set this new value to 0, and then we can say if we want to revert it back to 10 after so many days. So let's say it's his first warning, so we will revert it back after 1 day. And then you give a reason, and then we click change. So now we see this icon here, and if we click on it, it'll tell us about this temporary value change. Okay, so the other feature here is this lock button, and we do that so another user can't come here and edit this value. So let's say I want to make it 0, and I never want to revert it back. I can lock it at 0, make the change, and then since I'm admin level 5, nobody else can come here and alter this number, because nobody outranks me. But let's say an admin level 3 made this change and locked it, then anyone with a rank admin level 3 or greater could still come here and change this value. But an admin level 1 or 2 cannot change this value because it is locked by an admin level 3. So let's just change this back to 10. And then notice this pencil icon here. This pencil icon is also displayed if you're looking at the Stats tab. This is how to access the advanced privileges. So let's click on it. And here are all of the advanced privileges. So the first thing to see is that this user does not have a moderator or admin rank, but we can change that by clicking on this none. And then let's say we want to make this user an admin level 2. We click there. And then this asks if we would like to give this user all the admin level 2 privileges. And we will say yes. And then it automatically selects all the admin level 2 privileges. However, we can then go in and modify these privileges. So we can still make them an admin level 2, and then let's say remove this privilege here by clicking on it. And now we get this red border, which shows us that even though they are an admin level 2, they do not have this privilege here, which normally an admin level 2 would have. And a similar thing happens when you add a privilege. Let's just turn this privilege on, and now we get a green border, showing us that he's an admin level 2, which usually does not have this privilege, but it has been turned on. So these are kind of exceptions to his rank. Now again, we have this lock feature, which locks this on, which means that a lower level admin, again, I'm the highest level admin, admin level 5, so no other admin could come in and remove this privilege from this user. And again, I could lock on his title, which means a lower admin cannot remove this title or alter it. And then we click OK, and we get a list of all the changes to this user's privileges that will take place. So let's say yes, and now we see that this user is an admin level 2, and the pencil is gone, and to modify his advanced privileges, we now click here to access this screen. Okay, so when I change this rank here, let's go to admin level 1, it asks if I would like to sync the privileges to the admin level 1 set of privileges. And that set of privileges is defined by me. I will show you how to define that set of privileges. So as you can see, it's synced to a different set of privileges. It removed a privilege down here and removed a privilege right here, I believe. And again, if we're not sure exactly what happened, once we click apply, it will tell us what happened. So we are removing these 2 privileges right now, as well as demoting his title from admin level 2 to admin level 1. So let's say yes. Okay, now let me show you the set of privileges that comes with each rank, and that's right here. This button here is only available to the admin level 5. That is the only person that has access to this panel, and there's only ever one admin level 5. So as you will see here, moderator level 1 has this privilege right here, but I can modify that. I can say moderators level 1 by default can also have this privilege. So now when I apply moderator level 1 to a user, I get that message that says, would I like to sync the user's privileges to a moderator level 1's set of privileges? When I say yes, it means it'll turn on these two privileges here. So I set up all these privileges so that when I apply a title later, I don't have to remember which privileges to turn off and on to match that title. It'll just sync the standard set that I have created right here. So let's click here and look at the different titles that can be applied. So as we saw, moderator 1 now gets these two privileges. Moderator 2 must get all the previous privileges, which are these two privileges, and any new ones that we turn on. So they will get these two, and this one is turned on, so they will get these 3 in total. And then that system continues on for each level. So moderator 3 gets these 3 automatically. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't turn it off. And then they also get these 4 privileges. So only the checkboxes are modifiable here. All right, so then admin just continues on with that system. So admin level 1 will get these 7 privileges, and then this one, and then this one as well. So again, I can't modify those 7. I can only modify these 2, and then turn on any of these if I wish. So it keeps getting progressively more and more powerful as a privilege set. So there's admin level 2, level 3, level 4. And so admin level 4 by default gets all the privileges. But if I don't want the admin level 4 to, let's say, delete topics, I can turn that off. And now when I apply that title to somebody, by default, this privilege will not be turned on. All right, and then there's admin level 5, which is here kind of for no reason because you can't turn any of these off. Admin level 5 has to get all the privileges. All right, so that's the special privileges. Now I would like to show you how modifying titles changes the look of a username. When you apply titles to users, their name gets this special background and stars. This background color, as you may have noticed, is tied to the thread color. We chose a purple, so now the background of admin and moderators is purple now. The stars indicate moderator or admin. The filled in stars here means admin, and moderator has hollow stars. Let me show you that real quick. Go to the profile, and we will make this user a moderator level 3, sync to those privileges and apply. Here's the changes to the privileges, say yes, and we will go back to that user's screen, and we will need to refresh first. So let's refresh. Go back, users. And so now since he's a moderator, he has these not filled in stars, and he has 3 because he's moderator level 3. I have 5 stars, and they're filled because I'm admin level 5. All right, now let's go to the profile. All moderators and admin get infinite posts and threads per day. So that's why we have these infinity signs here. Now for the change log. Here is all the changes made to this user's privileges. So by default, it shows you all privilege changes that were a downgrade. So it shows you what happened. Post per day was changed from 10 to a 0, shows you the user that made it, and then gives you any other information that you might need. So these are all the downgrades. You can tell by the red text here. But then the privilege upgrades is the green text. And so let's say we want to see specifically the history of the post per day changes. We can go here, and here's all the privileges that have changed for this user. So we can just look at posts per day by clicking here. And so he just had these 2 changes to his privileges. So that's that. That's the privilege change log. Now there's one more thing I have to tell you about. And that is who gets to say who has these privileges, right? I'm an admin level 5, so obviously I get to say who gets to have all of these privileges. But let's say I'm an admin level 3. Does this admin level 3 get to decide who has any of these privileges? Well, yes. To decide who gets these advanced privileges or these special privileges, first a user must be an admin, so moderators do not get to turn these privileges off and on. Only admin do. And then the privileges that they can turn off and on are the ones that they have turned on themselves. So this user 1370, if I were to make him this admin 3, he could then go to another user's profile page and access this screen here, and then turn on change topic names for that user since he would have this privilege turned on. And then the same thing goes for rank. This user will be able to give out ranks of admin level 3 and below to other users. Okay, so that's the privileges. I hope it wasn't too confusing. It's a bit complicated, I know, but hopefully it all makes sense to you now. Alright, so that's going to conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching.